has a decent parking lot. I don't understand what's happening over here.
Oh, the DEC. So this is contaminated.
Oh, okay.
There were some underground tanks here. This was at one point was a gas station.
Oh, okay.
So they had these underground tanks in the 50s, 60s, 70s. So at some point in that time, it started leaking.
Okay.
And then nobody caught it for a really long time. In the 90s, they finally did, and they're like, "Hey, Mr. Capital, that's Capital's at the time.
Yeah.
You got to pay for this."
Right.
So they're just like, "All right, 110 grand," and they had to pay 110 grand. And I think they had like another $100-something thousand thing they had to pay.
I was looking at this and I'm like, why is there just like a trailer
Oh, so
and a shed?
Anyway, this trailer, it says New York State DEC.
Right.
The DEC is like pumping chemicals into the ground, and they're also monitoring the pollution levels.
No shit.
And there's this whole stipulation with this property. It was sold at the auction in 2019, and there was this whole thing that I read. It said Steuben County wants to be able to put this back onto the, taxable properties, but we can't. So they requested help from the DEC. DEC came in, did some cleanup, and there's some stipulations saying if you just don't pollute anymore, then you and any future parties will no longer be liable for any cleanup costs. So anyway, as long as
So is this just a trailer from 1994 here and the shed that they put together to run power to it?
Like, apparently they come in once in a while and take a look. I've never seen anybody here doing anything. So
interesting.
It doesn't even work. I don't know. But see, look,
Right.
there's a little electric meter.
I heard it. Like, I came over here and I was like, I can hear it running. I'm like, what is this?
So there's an electric meter here. The DEC just took hold of this cabinet. He's like, let's use it for our stuff.
Right.
So using that. There's a bunch of used tires and stuff in there still. But anyway,
Right.
let's go inside.
Yeah. From an exterior point of view, there used to be a garage door or something here. But either way.
Yeah,
all right.
And it could be put back in. Might as well make use of it.
Let's see what we got.
Look how bad this place is.
Oh, the door shuts well.
So immediately come in here is the office space. And we got one of these old freaking
in-wall air conditioners.
Yeah, those AC units evidently are better than modern AC units, so maybe still works. But whenever it rains outside, it rains inside too. Of course.
That's a back wall. I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So like the wall from here. You know what else is weird is electric must still be on this property, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No way.
I was like, I don't know how this thing's not on fire.
See, the DEC has their own electric box.
That's what it is, yeah. Okay, so everything in here.
I mean, look, what happened here? This didn't happen.
Someone needed some. Well, they pulled the panel off the wall. I assume there's a panel here.
Never mind.
Interesting. Linoleum, lots of linoleum stuff.
Oh yeah. So this needs a lot of cleanup.
So this is like 8 by something, roughly. No, door didn't shut anymore.
There's a sliding door of some sort.
All right, so here's where you get the sickness from.
This is where all the magic is going to happen, potentially.
Oh my God. What are they running this with? 2 by 12?
Yeah. Look, these have to be 2 by 12. And so, look, there were ceiling joists.
I mean, I will say that's about to collapse on us, too.
Yeah, that is all.
That's...
This
this whole roof is very bad. Dude, this thing is...
You can see up there, like, up above there. Look at that tiny water tank, the smallest water tank you'll ever see.
I don't even know why they would want a water tank.
Just hot water in the bathroom.
Oh, it has a bathroom?
Yeah, there was a bathroom
Oh,
in there.
Wow, man. The way this collapsed, too. Super sketch.
It's kind of pretty, you know?
Well, I mean, I don't
nature
disagree.
taking over.
I'd like to get some, like, cool photos of it. It's like a freaking urban explorer over here.
Yeah.
There's this chair. Of course, there's a chair sitting in it.
I was thinking of just putting a desk here and doing like a little, you know how they do confessionals in those reality shows?
Right. You should get a chair and just do what do you call it here? There's a cleaner chair. Oh, okay, I was going to say. I mean, there's this chair. It doesn't look as bad as that
Wait
chair.
a second, yeah, I took like the grossest chair.
I mean, this one's probably got a lot of spiders on it because it's next to the wall.
This has like a piece of quarter glass on it. there's a bunch of bugs on it. Oh, I wonder what that is.
Look, there you go.
I was looking at this property for a really long time. I was there at the auction when this property was bought in 2019. He paid like $17,000 for this property, right? And in addition to that, you got to pay some extra fees, like a 10% fee, blah, blah. So he paid like $20,000+ for this place. And over the years, I'd see this place kind of go up for sale by owner. And I called him when he first put it up for sale in like 2020 or 2021. And then he's just like, yeah, this is the cheapest commercial property you can buy. And more time goes by, hasn't sold yet. And I'm just curious about it. So I go to these guys at town hall, and they're like, yeah, you can't use that for commercial anymore. We're not allowing it. Even though it's zoned commercial and it says commercial, you're not allowed to put a business in there. And that was the problem. This guy had tried to put a commercial garage into this place just so he could work on cars. And they're just like, yeah, you can't do that. And he's like, what? so now he's trying to get rid of this property. Says it's commercial. It's not commercial at all. And so he tries to sell it again last year. Again, for $20,000. They said it was a commercial property. Nope, can't do that. The food mart down the road tried to buy it. No, can't use it for anything commercial. There's some guy with a little CNC machine business. No, can't use it. It's not for commercial. So now nobody's buying it. They took it down because it was like false advertisement with Howard Hanna when they tried to post it. They're just like, yeah, this is the cheapest commercial property you could buy. Yeah, no, it's not commercial. So they had to take it down. So now this place was sitting, and he hadn't paid taxes in 3 years. He tried to sell it last year. He didn't pay taxes on it for 2 years before that. I'm sure he was going to figure that out. But anyway, I went up to his house because the only thing I could find on him was his name and his address because that's public record. So I ended up just going to his house. His house had a sign that says "Go away," and I was like, "Oh, this guy's gonna be awesome." So I go up to his house and knock on the door, and then he answers, and I say, "Hi, Mike," and then he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Hi, my name's Chris. Nice to meet you." And he's like, "Okay." So he's like wondering what I'm there for. I said, "Hey, you own this garage, right?" And he's like, yeah, I own that place. And I said, "Would you like to sell it?" He's like, "I'll just give it to you, man." He's like, I was letting it go for taxes. I'll just give it to you. You just get the paperwork, I'll sign it over. And he did. And I was just totally surprised. Just a few days later, I was thinking, hey, are you still okay with me taking this? And he said, oh, yeah. I don't want the place. So he came to Corning, and we had it notarized, signed, and then I just put it in as soon as possible right after that. So now technically this place is mine, and I have to pay taxes on it. And so one of the things he was telling me was, he said, the only thing they'll give you a permit for is to demolish it. They won't give you a permit to fix the roof. I said, okay. But, I kind of knew that coming in at least. At the very, 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 very least, if I did have to tear this place down, I could sell it as a parking lot to the church over there because the church was at the same auction trying to buy this place as a parking lot. So
Investments.
yeah, that's the entire investments. I put $0 into this so far. I put a few $100 into doing the transfer paperwork, but that's about it. But that's like a drop in the bucket. At least, I'm giving it a shot.
Right.
And that's what I like. And Oren, you have put in so much time and effort into this. You put more time and effort into this than I have so far. You just put all the CAD work in. You're making all these floor plans. You're like, oh, you can do this. And I'm just like, yeah. And I was sitting here doing nothing.
Pending permits.
Yeah. But luckily, apparently my great aunt Jeannie knows the code guy here.
Oh, yeah?
Because he's 88 years old, and my great aunt Jeannie.
Well, you're going to have to make a move before he gets too old.
That's what I'm kind of thinking, like, maybe
we're running out of time.
So I was talking to the other code guy. The other code guy likes me, by the way, because of fiasco with the homeless guy in Gibson. I was like just staring through the windows at this place. I remember when it was being sold, it fell down like this when it was being sold. He was still asking $20,000 for it.
Right.
And then he took it down. So anyway, that's everything. But it's kind of cool looking at this. It hasn't been used since the 90s.
Right.
So just seeing how everything is
like
rotted away. It's like one of those abandoned.
Dude, it's cool. It is pretty aesthetic. If you talk too loud, the joists give out.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, if I use this desk right here, then this thing just falls on me.
Dude, I mean, that beam is split right there.
Wait, so is this one.
Yeah, that is absolutely like not far from.
Somebody
coming down
had
as
to
well.
have not looked at this for years. These are just ceiling joists. I was
Right.
Look at it. They're ceiling joists, and then they built up a little bit extra framing to give it a pitch.
That's what I'm saying.
So
A 2x12 shouldn't be 30 feet long for your ceiling joist. Like that's really long for like a wood joist.
2x12,
And they have them at like 16 on center. I mean, it's weird. They look like actual 2x12s, like real 2x12.
Yeah, rough cut.
Yeah, but even still,
I'm wondering.
what's amazing is the walls are still squared up.
Yeah,
Like,
they are cracked a little bit. Actually, that was cracked and filled in at one
yeah,
point.
well, it's concrete block. I mean, it's
Gonna crack.
it's gonna crack. It's just a matter of does it start shoving itself out once it cracks.
But it is interesting because they treated this whole building like a regular foundation, like a block foundation, and they put a sill plate on top and built
Right.
it up like you would any normal house.
Okay, so the garage doors all go to the block height, which I think is 12 blocks, based on what I was counting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's a fucking bird's nest right there.
So I count 18.
18.
18 cinder blocks high, and they're 8 inches.
Oh yeah,
tall,
I
right?
think it did that actually. 12 feet.
Some old dude keeps eyeing me.
Once you own it, they just start calling on you.
Also, the code guy, he's 88 years old.
Oh, that's too bad.
Not exaggerating, but he's a really old guy.
Right. That's what is a little odd to me about like any plans we would have for this thing on the side. It's so sketch.
Crazy. Yeah, I wonder. So it said that there was a shed machine built later in time. I wonder if they considered this extension their shed machine or machine shed. Why I keep saying shed.
Shed machine. It makes sheds.
What's that? What does that do?
I think it's Soho's. What the heck? There's like a hall.
Yeah. It's interesting. They made this up to be. I mean, to
What
cater
is
to their needs.
what is this? Why is there like a closet? But like there's like what is over here? There's like a doorway over here that also goes into it. Oh, I think there's some tools right there.
Yeah, there's a doorway. What do you mean? You're not talking about this window.
No, over here.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
there was a door there. There's a door there. I think that that was boarded up at some point, of course. It doesn't really matter. You can just get in here.
That's wild. How much stuff they had up there.
But you see, like it'd be awesome to have an apartment up there. It is kind of tall though. You have to climb a lot of stairs.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
At the same time, you wouldn't need to have. If we did want to add something over there, it wouldn't need to be totally 14 feet high. It didn't have to be on the top necessarily.
It's that, or you just replace the roof and then turn the office into like a very small economy apartment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One studio apartment.
Right. I mean, because they use block here, which is interesting. So there's actually block for the wall.
Right. It could be taken down too.
Yeah, but like you could also use it like structurally. That means you can span joists at the top here, but like lower than
Yeah.
the other wall. It's kind of interesting that they didn't send it full. I mean, I know why they didn't send it full height, but it's a little weird because you either take this wall down or you use this wall, and if you use this wall, like it would give you more clear span.
Yeah.
Like you could put a support out here. It's just kind of interesting.
Yeah,
But-
it is. There's a lot of possibilities with this, but it's going to be a lot of work, of course.
Yeah.
Cleaning up alone, I mean, getting a dumpster to clear all this house probably going to be $1,000.
You're just buying properties that don't work, Chris.
No, I have this one.
I don't know, dude. It's cool. It's like one of those like things that you always want to do. So it's cool that you got it for like free, essentially. But it's a lot of work, obviously. But it would be cool to have a space, like especially just for the amount of cars that you have.
Yeah, I have 18 cars.
It's got a parking lot. too,
Yeah.
which they probably wouldn't let happen.
They,
But
they wouldn't let you put it out there on any unregistered vehicle is going to be out in the parking lot.
Right.
But I mean, there's enough space in here. I could even like pack them in like sardines and get quite a lot in there.
right,
I don't. And the 18 cars, I'm gonna probably get rid of a few of them.
yeah.
So that would be pretty awesome.
Well, it's cool, dude. But you got to get this year showing. So let's.
I like missed my house showing because of this. That's okay.
How you gonna afford to fix this up?
I'm not. But one of the first things I can do though to try to sweeten up my image is if I came here and just cleaned up all this stuff right here.
I
This
agreed.
looks bad.
Yeah,
And over here, this looks bad too.
just like weed whack it.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. Huh.
And then